Ever feel like you're stuck in a yes trap? Like, no matter what, you have to agree, help out, or keep the peace, even when it's killing your vibe. Bro, you might be a people pleaser, but don't sweat it. I'm about to show you how to break free, set boundaries like a boss, and stop getting walked all over without losing friends or looking like a jerk. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to take your power back. Now let's get into it. Have you ever felt like you're always saying yes when you really want to say no? Or you're simply pretending to agree just to avoid drama from people? I'll tell you, that's people pleasing. And trust me, it's very exhausting. But here's the kicker though, you're not alone. A lot of firstborns fall into this trap because we want to be liked, we want to fit in, and sometimes we just want to keep the peace. But here's the deal, constantly putting others first can mess you up big time. And so, let me tell you why people pleasing kind of sucks for you as a firstborn son. At first, people's pleasing seems like being nice all the time is a good thing. But when you do it too much, you start taking L's. And I'm talking about L's that you don't even realize on time that are L's. Here's what happens. Number one, you get mad and frustrated. Number two, you burn out. Number three, fake friendships begin to easily happen in your life. Number four, you get stressed up real hard. And number five, over time, you forget who you are. So, now, I'm going to give you some pointers on each of those points so you can understand them more. Number one, you get mad and frustrated. When you keep doing stuff you don't want to do, the reality is that frustration will build up in you. And because of this frustration that is building up in you, you end up feeling trapped. And that's not a vibe you want for yourself. Two, you burn out. Saying yes to everything, I'll be honest with you, it's a one-way ticket to being drained. Emotionally drained, psychologically drained, physically drained, and there are instances where you'll be spiritually drained. You have to understand that you cannot take care of yourself if you're running on empty. Number three, fake friendships. They're going to easily happen in your life. If you're always agreeing with people just to keep peace, at the end of the day, you just figure out that people don't really know the real you. And that will make your relationships kind of weak because you're not authentic. And anyone who's authentic around you could easily spot that something is just wrong. And when you have too many fake friendships around you, you are bound to make certain life choices that will likely turn out to be something you regret in future. 4, you stress hard. Trying to make everyone happy, it's impossible. And so if you keep at it, that pressure will eat you up. And you realize that's not worth it. Number 5, you'll forget who you are. You see, when you spend all your time pleasing others, you stop thinking about what you actually want. And I'll tell you that is a quick way to lose yourself. Now, if you want to know if you are currently a people pleaser, I want to check yourself with these questions. Do you say yes even when you don't want to? Do you feel guilty when you put yourself first? Do you worry that people won't like you if you say no? Do you agree with stuff and requests from people just to avoid fights? If you're nodding your head, don't sweat it. You can change this. And that's why I'm going to tell you how to stop being a people pleaser. You see, dropping this habit doesn't mean you become selfish. It just means you start respecting your time and energy. And here's how. The first thing you need to do is to set your boundaries like a boss. The reason is because boundaries equal self-respect. Decide what you're cool with and what you're not cool with. Speak up when someone crosses the line. Those lines are essential to maintain healthy relationships. And healthy relationships will result in you being more happy and would also increase the likelihood that you meet people who will remain loyal to you for a very long time. Example, if a friend always asks for favors but never returns them, it's okay to say, I can't help you this time. Now set your life and figure out who that friend is, who you need to learn to say no boldly to. Number 2, put yourself first. It's not selfish. You see, taking care of yourself is not optional. It is necessary. You need to learn to be confident in doing things that make you happy. And don't feel bad about it, especially when it doesn't trample on the rights of other people. Example, if you need a chill day, don't feel guilty about skipping a hangout. Go chill out yourself. Enjoy your day. and communicate well and directly. Number 3, say no and keep it moving. Saying no doesn't mean you're a bad person. I'm going to repeat this. Saying no does not mean that you're a bad person. It just means you value your time. So start small and work your way up. An example of this instance is when you say, hey, I appreciate the invite, but I'm sitting this one out. You don't need to explain yourself to the person. You just communicate directly. And then you have peace and enjoy your time. Number 4, stop beating yourself up. Here's the thing about firstborns who are people pleasers. They are usually super hard on themselves. And so if you're a firstborn, cut yourself some slack. You don't owe anyone an explanation for taking care of yourself. Self-care is essential if you have to function in a healthy and happy state. And to think clearly too, so that you can manage the responsibilities that are on your shoulders. Example of this is, if you say no and feel guilty, remind yourself, my needs matter too. I'm going to repeat it. If you say no and you feel guilty, remind yourself, my needs matter too. Number 5, quit apologizing for no reason. You don't need to say sorry for everything. Swap sorry with thanks when it makes sense. Example, instead of saying sorry for being late, say thanks for waiting for me. There's something this does in your mind. It causes a switch in your subconscious mind, and it also motivates you to take positive steps in correcting whatever is your weakness that people may want to use against you, whether it's in the family or outside the family. Now you understand that. Let's talk about the perks of being real. You see, when you stop being a people pleaser, life gets better fast. And some of the interesting perks are, you make real friends. Why? Because people get to know the real you. And so they will choose you for who you are, and not who you want them to think you are. Also, there's less stress. You'll stop stressing over keeping everyone happy, because that is very draining. Then you'll begin to gain more confidence. You'll notice that standing up for yourself feels good. I'm telling you, it actually feels good when you stand up for yourself. And then there's also more time for you as you finally get to do what you want to do. Your time is yours, and you're building your life around your time, not building your life around other people's schedule who don't prioritize their relationship with you. As a firstborn, you need to understand this. Breaking free from people pleasing isn't about being rude. It's about respecting yourself. You deserve relationships where you don't have to fake anything. I'm going to repeat this. You deserve relationships where you don't have to fake anything. Start small, stand your ground, and remember, the real ones will respect the real you. When you tell them no, they will understand, and they're going to respect you. So that when you tell them yes, they'll be excited and also trust that you're going to keep your word. It's time for you to step up and own your choices. You got this. Stop being a people pleaser. Take back your time, energy, and lastly, take back your self-respect. Because as a firstborn, your self-respect shows the world how to treat you. And if you're yet to, please do well to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It is a free way you're helping us to build our growing community of firstborns. Thank you, and see you in the next one.